Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill, and man, oh man, do I have a video for you today. I want to show you how you can save tens of thousands of dollars and still get into your dream RV. As usual, I like to start my videos from the inside out, so Jody, please go ahead and take her on back. Today we're looking at two RVs that are both Gotham on Gotham. So Gotham exterior, Gotham interior. But man, oh man, are we going to cover some substantial differences. So for those of you looking to compare and contrast, it's really important to understand that within this product line, we have so much flexibility that can really help you to get exactly what you'd like. And if you're driving right now in a gas vehicle or maybe in a 6.7 liter ISB, I'm going to show you the gateway to the 8.9 liter ISL. So that Cummins engine, that 360 horsepower, that 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. This is the way to do it. So today we're looking at two 40-foot Ventanas. This is stock number 5N221247. Write that down, 5N221247. As usual, these videos are brought to you live, but I thought it would be so fun to walk through two coaches and show you different floor plans, different wood colors, different chassis, also the differences in terms of options of theater seats. Everything that we are going to cover today will really help you to identify what the right RV is for you, and both of these units are for sale. Today is May 1st, 2023. We have just been given the news that we have a $12,500 cash incentive to be awarded to you by Newmar for the purchase of a 2023 Newmar Ventana. So this is a bath and a half model. This is the 4037. It's a fantastic coach. As you'll see right here on the right hand side, we have a really nice radius shower. So this is a great shower, lots and lots of room in here. As you'll see here, when I get in here, I'm wearing super high heels today. Jody, get the shoes are good. I bought these this weekend when I was at the Broadmoor at the 2024 dealer meeting for Newmar. I was actually looking at the new Ventana, so stay tuned for that. That'll come out soon as well. All that being said, this has got a lot of room in here. I've got the seat down so that you can see I can sit down. I can close both doors. I've got a nice magnetic steel. I can lock my kids in here if they're naughty. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Plenty of room though. Also got a very large, very roomy wardrobe closet in addition to the other two in the bedroom with a nice drawer down below. And just so you know, folks, this is the one that is tens of thousands of dollars less than the next one that we're going to look at. So keep in mind, for those of you who are looking at the Newmar product line, you don't always have to go top box. This coach is a propane-based coach. We still have a washer and dryer by Splendide. We still have a beautiful porcelain toilet with day and night shades both. With an opening window and an egress door. So all of these things, we've got our fantastic fan. We have our beautiful Gotham decor. This is a 72 by 80 RV king size bed with nightstands on either side that have both 110 outlets and USB ports. We have great overhead storage with grommets down below that you can run cords through, so that if you've got something plugged in to one of these 110 outlets, you can actually run it down. If you've got your iPad, maybe your laptop, whatever it is that you're using to control your 4K smart TV, you can run those through and still have room underneath on either side of this bed to run a CPAP machine with access to the cords. And of course, little cubbies to keep those water bottles and sultry novels so you can store them while you're going down the road. So this is a really, really great, great RV. And again, tens of thousands of dollars less than a traditional Ventana. And there's a number of ways that you get to save here. But keep in mind, when you're out there in the marketplace, you don't have to buy the most expensive coach to get a Newmar. You can get a fantastic RV without spending all of the money. You can do this and actually have a really nice amount of storage. You've still got your full extension drawers the whole way through that come out past the cabinets. This is the Newport glazed maple and high gloss. It's a beautiful finish. You've got a 43-inch smart TV, a Samsung TV here in the bedroom, along with a great nightstand. I love the smoked mirror here above the chair rail. And then you'll see this vent down below. This is going to be run off of propane, so this is different than an all-electric coach, but this is tens of thousands of dollars of saving for you. And if you're looking to get into that bigger horsepower, that bigger torque, and you want a coach that you can take your family out in comfortably, this is it. The downside, if you're going to be out for months at a time, you do need to refill your propane tank. The upside is, if you're going to be going out for a week or two, you can get this coach locked and loaded, and guess what? It has propane. That's a fantastic value. Now, you've got your slide controls here. You've got these little dials, or these little KIB switches throughout the coach to turn your lights on and off as of 2023. All of that being said, new for 2023 on both of these coaches, you're going to find this new 10-inch monitor. So this is a really great feature. One of our favorite things in this coach is that we can come through here and turn all of our lights off or all of our lights on with just the touch of a button. So take a look at this. Now you think that that's fantastic? It gets even better. You can actually turn all of your lights on and off. You can control your HVAC. You can control your power. You can see everything on a home screen, and you can do it all through Bluetooth. So that is a new feature through 2023. It is a fantastic new feature for Newmar, something that really brings us into that state-of-the-art function that everyone's looking for. Because if you're in bed and you forget to turn off the reading light and you can just see that glow underneath this fantastic little pocket door, it would be really nice just to be able to take your phone and turn everything off. Well, guess what? You can do that. Now, one of the reasons that we really like this coach is you still get all of those great things like your courtesy lights. Let's turn on those courtesy lights. Let's see, that's going to be under bedroom. There we go. Look at that. How nice for you to be able to see where you're going at night. But there's your attachment port for your hoses, and then in here we'll have our kick plate. You still have these fantastic, huge carpet-lined medicine cabinets. These great storage compartments for lots and lots of goodies. Hand towels, beach towels, suntan lotion, whatever you may have with you. You still get this beautiful vessel sink over your high polished countertops. Another fantastic fan above. You still get all the brains of the operation clearly labeled. And so for a lot of people, I think what is failed to realize, if you're in a budget scenario where you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, this is a great way to do it without having to sacrifice and go into another manufacturer. You can stay with Newmar, you can get that big engine, you can get that tag axle, which gives you that increased towing capacity, that easier maneuverability, that better ride down the road. You can get that Newmar with comfort drive, and you can do that all in a Ventana, but you don't have to check all of the boxes. This is the coach you get when you don't check all of the boxes. It is so much RV. Now on top of that, you'll see, look at this kitchen. So we've got our pop-out island on both RVs today. We also have a propane stove. So for some of you, that's a big plus. If you are not looking for all electric, this is a really nice setup. One of the benefits of the propane stove, I love the towel rack up front. And then look at all of this drawer space. I mean, this is so much RV. And again, tens of thousands of dollars of savings with all of those amenities that I talk about week after week that I love. I think it's really important to understand how much power you have as a consumer to make the decisions that allow you to buy the coach of your dreams. Look at all of this storage. And as you can see, there's nothing lacking. All of the things that make this a nicer coach here. There's nothing that's been taken away. You still have your convection and microwave oven. You've got 3 burners instead of 2. Now granted, it's not a induction cooktop that you can take outside and use on your picnic table, but you would be able to use the same pots and pans because both of them are going to be a propane based combustion, right? So you're going to be able to use those same pans. And still, again, all of that storage that you've come to appreciate through Newmar, all of this fantastic construction quality. in a coach that is not only tens of thousands of dollars less, but now as of May 1st with that $12,500 cash incentive, that's down payment that you don't need to stroke a check for. So, or maybe you've got a fifth wheel or something that's got a lot of negative equity that will definitely help to bring that back into balance. Now, 50-inch 4K smart TV on a televator. Now today we are going to be looking at some different things. I talked a little bit about how we were going to look at different features. So one of the different features, of course, is going to be the difference in the color of the wood. Another difference in the features is going to be, you've got a trifold sofa here, right? But across from that trifold sofa, in this particular situation, we have recliners. In the one next door, we have theater seats. In the one next door, we're going to have recliners. We're also going to show the difference between a booth and then this dinette, which is really designed to be a workstation. So for those of you that are thinking about getting out there, maybe in order to be able to afford this dream, you've got to do a little bit of work from your RV. Take a look at this. We have a full file cabinet, office drawers, right? Because you don't need any more space. You have so much space in this coach. Let's push this in. Underneath here, plenty of room for a printer, for any of your paperwork, or you can use this for dishes if you're not working from your coach. I mean, that's all of the plates, all of the pots, all the pans. And then this is designed to be a little setup where you can run your printer through, or your desktop, or both, through this grommet, and then put your screen out here. You've got your USB ports and your 110 outlets right there as well. And then another drawer. So this is both a convertible dinette and a workstation. The two other chairs, as you saw, were underneath the bed. When I pulled that bed up, you were able to see those two extra chairs. So this also seats 4. So super, super comfortable, really, really functional, a great amount of space. We still have central vac in both coaches. All of those niceties. You've got this nice Norcold 2-door refrigerator. And I know for a lot of people, like, oh, well, that residential refrigerator is so roomy. Well, I dare you to fill it up. First of all, we know you're not going to be able to fill it up. Second of all, tons of freezer space. You still have your ice tray. It's not got an ice maker. You're going to have to freeze your own ice cubes or buy a bag of ice on your way into camp. But with this coach, look at all of that drawer space underneath. With this coach, because of the fact that we don't have the all-electric coach, we have a huge pantry with that beautiful push-to-release full extension drawer, still 6 drawers. Like I said, for those of us who are in the market that want to get the biggest bang for our buck, this is a really solid way to go about it. I'm going to pull the slides in and show you walking space on both. Maybe. I was pushing the out button. If you push out, the slide will not come in, just so you know. Hey, this is advanced RVing. By the way, I asked Jody what he thought of my outfit today, and he says I look like a dreamsicle. Creamsicle? Dreamsicle. I don't know, one of those two. But either way, I was like, oh, it is super cute. I am so going to use this. Now he's chuckling. I love making videos with Jody. Speaking of making videos, oh my gosh. So this last week, I have been literally like living the dream. I got to go to the Newmar dealer meeting. I made 6 videos. I did the new Ventana, the 38-foot version. Yep, 38 feet. I also did the new Mountain Air, 38 feet. All the new decors. I cannot wait to show you another King Air video. So much fun. Okay, so storage above the theater seats. I mean, all the Monopoly games, all the Parcheesi, all the Scrabble, all the cards, everything you could possibly want, all at your fingertips. All these windows open with nice screens, lots of good ventilation throughout the RV. The Bose soundbar still up top, USB ports and 110 outlets right next to the seat, so when the kids are going down the road, or for you, if you're going down the road as well, there's another 2 110 outlets, 2 USB ports there. There's a wireless phone charging dock right here. You've got the step cover, you get the little office chair. All of these things are going to be the same on both of these coaches. The only difference here is going to be using your propane versus using your diesel. Both of these coaches are going to have a 100-gallon fuel capacity. Both have a tag axle. This is the Spartan Dash. So the keys are going to be a little bit different. So I wanted to show you the keys a little bit different. You put that here in the ignition. Go ahead and turn it to the on position. Let it power up. There goes our Spartan logo. So you'll see here's your Spartan Dash with Mobileye. Both of these coaches are going to have adaptive headlights that have a high beam assist that go on and off automatically. Now you'll notice here there's no stock on the right. On the Freightliner Dash, we're going to have a stock control for our Allison transmission. The other difference is going to be the way that we access our comfort drive. Our comfort drive is going to be a toggle button here, so I can just toggle up and down. On the Freightliner, it's going to be a smart button, so it's a shortcut. So both of these are really, really nice. This one has the fuel level up here. One of the things I like about the Freightliner Dash is it's down below and it also shows your def. Here it's in smaller gauges, but they're both going to be everything on this new all glass screen. For Spartan, for 2023, we have some new buttons down here that operate things like your volume control, the source on your navigation, all of those types of things. So that's easy. You also have, as I mentioned, there's auto high beams right here. And then here's that Allison transmission. And then I have the levelers up on both coaches. And then I want to show you overhead storage as well. So I know these are fast. I have full length videos on both of these. Again, this is stock number 5N221247. For those of you who are looking to save some cash, this is a great way to do it in really first class style. So here you'll see we got our, this is a nice little awning cover for the door. You don't have to worry about it raining on your friends. And then I'm gonna try to get these little bad boys to go out and stay out while we're in the coach. So hopefully this will work. They have been, I put them out earlier. I noticed they were back in when I came back over to start the video. Okay, so power control system. Okay, so both coaches have tankless hot water heaters. One is powered by Truma. The other is powered by Oasis. Truma runs off of propane. The Oasis runs off of 50 amp, or it runs off of your diesel tanks. So that is the big difference between these two coaches, is really all electric, saves tens of thousands of dollars. The other difference again is this is a Spartan chassis and that's a Freightliner chassis. So we're going to talk about both of those systems. Now in both of these RVs you have things like safe haul, or you have brake sync. So their safety systems are really kind of paralleled across both brands. Uh-oh, I meant to show us walking room. But all of that being said, I do think it's nice to be able to see them side by side. Now I'll tell you just a sneak peek about what we're going to look at in the future. This little Fendi looking little decoration that you see here, this is replaced in 2024. It's nice. I don't know that I like it more, to be honest with you. I have a 2022 Newmar Superstar, and I think I'm going to stay put through this redesign. I really do like the Fendi looking decorative hues that you have throughout this coach. Of course, those are removable. They're just magnetically in place, and you can actually just take them off and clean that mirrored finish behind you and get a really nice look. Ooh, it looks like our awnings are staying out, Jody. We'll cover the dual basin undermount stainless steel sink when we get across into the next coach. Please note that both of these RVs are full slide units. Both have 2 additional starboard side slides as well in the bedroom as well as in the living room. And both of these coaches have really great walking space. Now the nice thing about the theater seats is you don't have to worry about tucking your chairs in to be able to get back. They're always just going to be in place. You still have access to your big pantry, to your refrigerator, and most importantly, you still have access to your bathroom. So all of these things are going to be covered here. In the new coach for 2024, they have kind of a holographic light colored tile on the backsplash, but a lot of these styling features of this coach will remain the same. New names for colors, those videos will all be coming out tomorrow. So really excited about that. But if you want to save some cash, man, I'll tell you, you know, it's such a strange thing to be able to come into a situation like this knowing so little about RVs. And I was a consumer, so the way that I wanted to start off my videos is I wanted to be able to really help people to understand. Oh, Jody, can you hit that key? Do you mind? Look at that. Man about business. Okay, so here we are in between. Another nice feature we'll be able to cover for you here is on the outside. We're going to go ahead and do an exterior comparison between the two vehicles after we do the interior comparison. But you can see this really nice awning that we have up here. And then you can see all of your opening windows. You've got dual fill for your 100-gallon fuel capacity. And then we're going to talk about this is the 4037, which is of course that bath and a half model. And it has 8,866 pounds of capacity that you could actually fill this coach with. And in doing that, with that 8,666 pounds of capacity, you're still going to have a 15,000 pound hitch rating, which is absolutely amazing. So even though both of these coaches are very different floor plans, one of the nice features about these is because you're in that 360 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque towing capacity. 12,000, oh wow. 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, 15,000 pound towing capacity. Wow, that's a lot to say. Just so you know, we're doing a mic switch, so I've got Avon running around the coach and I'm pausing while we're outside. Okay, on to the inside. But so even though we have this huge difference in coach, right? You know, in terms of money, we still have all of those things that are super important to people. So for instance, in both of these coaches, you're going to have this really nice storage underneath the stairs where you could keep bags of dog food, bags of cat food, leashes, pet dishes, squirt guns, water bottles, whatever, beer. Keep beer there. Oh, I have this set up. I forgot how cool I did this. Okay, so Jody's gonna kill me when he tries to get in here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this engine off. One of the things that I did is I actually set up, go ahead Jody, go ahead and go on, and we're gonna start from the inside out again. But I did set up both the desk, so you could see the desk going down the road, and then I set up the recliner in the front driver's seat, because everyone always wants to know about that. And then take a look at this. These are the recliners as opposed to the theater seats. So now we've moved on to one of my very favorite models. This is a 4068. So this is, again, another bath and a half floor plan. A little bit different though. You'll notice our booth is not on the port side, it's on the starboard side in front of the television. Our theater seats have really good space next to either arm and in the middle of solid table. So for those of us who want to sit back, relax, have a cocktail, maybe keep a bowl of pretzels there, all of that's here. But as we travel back, we're going to see this is kind of a difference here. For those of you who are looking to work for the road, we have a completely different approach to the desk. So this has got its own desk station. Now let's go ahead and start from the back. This is the Glacier glazed maple high gloss cabinet. We're going to have the same layout that we just had in the last coach in this bathroom. So this is the difference. When you look at the difference between these coaches, you'll see quite a bit of difference in terms of the way it looks with this lighter wood. But we still have all of the same features here. In this coach, we have without the washer and dryer though. So I thought it would be really nice to show you what you could have. Now we can always install this for you, but if you want more hanging space or more storage space, as you can see down below here, this is the other way to go. So today's video is very informational and just helping you to understand the differences between the two coaches. And the difference between all of the options that are available for you in the Newmar product line. Now, same bedroom setup. We've got our nightstands underneath. We have our same 110 outlets and USB ports. You'll note here we don't have the 2 extra chairs. The booth in the front is a convertible booth. It turns into a bed. So that's a nice feature as well. And then we have the same setup here in terms of the same cabinet space for our wardrobes, the same drawer space down below. We still have our 4K smart TV that's 43 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this little guy in. Don't worry, Jody, you won't get trapped. Jody's like, I'm running. I've squished Jody a few times, you guys. We really love Jody. He's very, very flexible. So we can squish him and he's okay. He's nodding. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Just let me get done with this video, Katie. My arm is killing me. So for those of you who are tuning in and haven't seen my videos in the past, you can always find me at #RVsInsideOut. I do live videos. I know a lot about RVs. I have one. I love helping people, but if I'm not your taste, TTT RV has a ton of us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado, that do fantastic videos as well. So you don't have to just be stuck with me. Of course, I would love to have you. The shape of the bathroom in here is a little bit different. There's no step. So on the other one, there's a little bit of a step. There's no step here, but you still have that fantastic cabinet space. Right? You still got all the brains. And you still get the big medicine cabinet. Oops. And the fantastic fan, the vessel sink. It's kind of fun to show you the different mirrored tile backsplash, and then the same storage here underneath as well. So really, really nice setup here in this RV. Now across from us is a real big difference maker. So for those of you who are looking to have a desk, take a look at all of this space. So for those of you who are really working from the road, or maybe you just like to write your kids letters, send postcards, have a place to keep some of your personal items while you're in motion, this is a really great location. Once again, we are really good about putting these USB ports throughout the coach. So you have this here to run underneath. So if you've got a little computer that you want to keep set up, you could put that right down underneath and have a tower. Then you got your USB ports, your 110 outlets on either side, and a nice, this is actually set up to be a file cabinet and desk drawers. And these are full extension hardwood maple cabinets, of course, manufactured in Napanee, Indiana by our fantastic Amish community. The other thing about this coach that's worth mentioning is both of these coaches have central vac. The central vac is here. And then your hose attachments are just next door to it. In the other floor plan, that central vac is in the center. Now, this coach has heated floors. So if you would like to have heated floors, you could have heated floors. This coach also has a huge amount of pantry space if you'd like to be able to keep a rice cooker, if you want to be able to keep an Instapot, a toaster oven, a coffee pot, all of those things. And then you'll also note that this has got a 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator. Now these are optional features on both coaches, so you can always option in or option out anything you'd like to save money. This is a really nice fridge. I have it on my Superstar. I love it. I do have a hard time filling it up, to be honest with you, especially the freezer. But all of that being said, super great space depending on what you're going to use in terms of function. Now here you also have that great pantry. So your full extension drawers. This might be more of a full-time coach. So when you spend this extra money, you might spend this extra money because you're going to go camping in a place where you might have cooler temperatures. So for instance, as I mentioned earlier, the coach across the way is running on propane. For a lot of people, that would be absolutely fine. They're running fifth wheels, they're running Baystars, gas engines, they're in, Dynamax, they're in all sorts of other coaches that are way less RV than that. And making that upgrade's hard, it's some bucks. So that coach may be more than enough for you. The reasons that you might consider spending a little more money and going with an all-electric coach like this one is when you have hydronic heat, you don't only have your heat pumps in your furnace, you actually have a furnace that's running off of your diesel tanks It's running a tube of hydronic fluid underneath your coach. It's not like the heated floors, which are an electronic or a circuit that's running through the floor that's heating through a coil. This is a hydronic heat in the sense that it has a tube of liquid that's hot, pushing around under those bays, and that is giving you thermostatically controlled bay temperatures. So for those of you that want to go out into a colder temperature, this coach would be something that might be a little more resilient in below freezing temperatures, and also may give you an ability to run without having to go fill propane tanks because you can run off of your diesel tank and use that for your hydronic heat if you're not plugged in. So those are big differences. Another big difference here, you'll note that we have the washer or the dishwasher. So the other coach had drawers. Feel free to go back to that other video, or I'm sorry, earlier in the video, and to compare this segment where you can see the 3-drawer difference. And then there's that top drawer. And then here's the difference between our stovetop. As I alluded to earlier, both will have the cutting board on the back, but this stovetop is removable. So you would be able to take this outside and use it on your picnic table. So when I said earlier you couldn't take the 3-burner stove outside in the propane version, that's because with this all-electric true induction cooktop, you can take this outside and use it on your picnic table by plugging it in, and there are outlets for you outside as well. And then I mentioned earlier, we're going to go ahead and show you this 2-basin stainless steel undermount sink. So with your residential pour and spray features, as well as you have outlets up here underneath so that you can plug in your coffee maker here, and then there's also one over there by that larger corner. You still get all of that same storage. So very, very similar coaches. There's definitely different ways to approach this. So one of the nice things about our station is when you find a sales associate that you like here, we are actually not just providing you information and then turning you over to somebody where you don't really know what their depth of knowledge is. If you call me, you get me. I know a lot about coaches. There's my contact information if you need to take a picture of it real quick. But if you call me or text me or you email me, I'm the person that actually answers the phone. I walk you through the process. And you know, I might talk a lot. True story. Jody's nodding. Yeah, I do. But the thing is, I bring a lot of value to the table because I like to explain what the differences are. And this is a lot of money. And I respect that, especially being that person that had to sit down and make the decisions on what I wanted, what I didn't want, what I could afford, what I couldn't afford, and which coach was right for me. Now, up above, we have that same amount of storage space that we had before. I am going to show you this with the window down, or with the TV down. And again, another upgrade in this RV is that it has 3-zone heated floors. So the bathroom, the bedroom, and then this front room is also heated by electric floors, electric in-floor heating. What's nice about that, so for those of you who are going to be going off the beaten path, maybe you're going to go up to Alaska, maybe you want to go to Canada. I know that we have more Newmars in Anchorage than any other RV manufacturer at a lot of these resorts. It's because we have this hydronic heat, the in-floor heating. It allows you to stay out camping a little bit later into the season, which is super nice because that's when everybody goes back to school. That's when everybody is, you know, the campsites kind of get a little quieter, a little bit easier to camp at. So look at that great amount of visibility that you have out of this window. And both of these coaches had the optional window in the kitchen, and there are shades that come down underneath the cabinets to cover both of the windows in these kitchens. So that window could be covered if you had little sleeping here. Mark Love will tell you, if you haven't watched his videos before, he's fantastic, that when you pull these recliners out and you put them to the recline position, these go a little bit flatter. The other thing that's nice about them is that they can be moved throughout the coach. So these come off, they're not mounted into the floor. Another nice feature, nice solid surface here. There's a lot of outlets down here. There's 110 outlets all over the place with USB ports. So you're really not missing anything. And then you have a little more storage overhead because you've got an extra cabinet. So here's that above cabinet storage. I have a full-length video on this coach as well. This is stock number. Let me get to right sheet. This is stock number 5N220613. Again, 5N220613. And I do have a nice full-length video on just each one of these coaches has its own video. If either of these is of interest to you, or you just want to have a chance to watch both of the videos, you're welcome to. Again, this is a convertible dinette. One of the benefits of these booths is, of course, that you have the under cabinets or under booth storage. I do keep my dishes down here and my placemats. It's a great place for us. Another benefit to these booths when you have the convertible sleeper dinettes is that they actually have a little more room, because this is just a nice flush pillow right here. Funny thing is, this booth is very much a similar setup to the King Air. Okay, so we've seen this with our recliner out. Go ahead and just bring it in and turn it around. And I want to do this because I do want to just cover the difference between the steering columns on these two coaches. And, there we go. Got it? Okay. So you have to go forward, and then you have to go back. Okay, so you can see the Mobiline, both of these units. We have comfort drive on both of these units as well. Oh, don't yell at me. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a different dash. This is the Freightliner dash. It has the depth display down here, the fuel display down here, and then you have the ability to go through and choose a whole bunch of different features on, let's see, gauges. Okay, oh, sorry, miles per hour right here. You can see your PSI. So I can change a whole lot of different things. I can see my oil pressure. I change my steering effort. Same thing digitally. There's a shortcut on the steering wheel though that gets you to the same place. So both the Freightliner and the Spartan chassis have the same comfort drive, the same setting. Your Mobileye is a little bit different as well. You can see your headway warning distance, intelligent high beam control, lane departure warning, and then the speed limiter indicator and alert are all controlled here. The only one of these that you cannot turn off is going to be basically the Mobileye will slam on your brakes and make you stop if you're going to run into something. Of course, it can't prevent the accident. It's just designed to mitigate and to get you into a stopping position much faster. But you can turn off this little sensor here. But what's nice about this is actually reading the street signs and telling you if you're going over the speed limit, which I think is really, really cool. You can disable the lane departure warning, low sensitivity and high sensitivity. I'm going to put it on low because I think that's a little more useful. Because most of the places you're going have pretty narrow roads. But all that being said, it will vibrate your seat just like that of your nice car. And then your high beam control, you can enable or disable. Of course, that's just great when you're going down a mountain pass and someone comes towards you. And as you can see here, all of the same features are available that you have on the Spartan versus the Freightliner. Both have really nice glass dashes. The only difference here, as I mentioned, is stock control for your engine brake. So you have your low, medium, and high engine brake, and then you put your coach into neutral, drive, or reverse from this stock control. And you can also choose between your standard drive or eco mode. And what that would do is change your shift points, so you're getting better fuel efficiency. So going down the road, you don't need to have your coach set as high. You can go ahead and turn that to a different setting so that your shift points are going to be a little more frequent, giving you better fuel efficiency. Equalizer system for your leveling jacks is the same. You've got the same cup holders. You've got a nice big window on both. And then I wanted to show you another difference between these two that is, of course, optional and something that you could order for either one is going to be that we have our control system up here. I'm going to bring these slides in, but Jody just panned to the right of me. What are we missing here? There's no TV in this coach in the center console. So this is an optional television. I did do a quote for somebody last week. You can always have it installed at the factory if it's something that you'd like to have. But for those of us who are looking for a little more storage capacity, I don't know if I can reach this and do this at the same time. Oh, look, I'm doing two things at once. You have more cabinet space up here when you don't have the TV. Now, why would you need a TV going down the road? Well, you need a TV going down the road because your televator should not be up while you're driving. So you always want to stow your televator while you're driving. And I am going to show you the walking room between these two coaches. So again, this is going to really hopefully help you to identify the differences in optional features available, not only in floor plans, but also in chassis, and seating configurations. You know, there's just a ton of information to be had here. Now, either way, Kaylee Gann is going to be your Newmar customer brand specialist in Napanee. So if you do have any issues or questions, you just reach out to Kelly either by email or giving her a call. And on either of these coaches, we are going to provide you with a 3-hour first-class delivery on both coaches if you purchase them from us. And we also have camping on site. We've got great ease of access here. I know it's a bigger refrigerator, but you still can open your doors. You can still have access to your convection and microwave oven. Everything else is still the same. I probably could stow these a little more carefully and tuck them in a little bit better, but plenty of room to get through here if you need to use the restroom while you're driving down the road. Of course, you can't also be driving. Probably didn't need to tell you that. I'm just silly. All right, so time to ditch the glasses. Both of these coaches have the Aquamizer shower system on them. So, you know, you have a 75-gallon gray water tank and a 55-gallon sewage tank. So with that Aquamizer shower system, you're going to conserve your 105 gallons of fresh water, all that much more. Just gonna go ahead and put this away, because I do want to show you another feature that is optional but really important on both of these coaches. So you can get the right coach, save tens of thousands of dollars, and still have all the good features. So for instance, one of the things that's so nice about this coach is that there's a little button here, or there's a key fob where you can push lock and unlock that unlocks all of your baggage doors. So your basement doors can be locked or unlocked right here. And what's so nice about this is when you are going down the road, if you don't want to have to come out with your keys when you get to camp and unlock all of your doors, you just simply hit that unlock button. Let me go ahead and turn this engine off real quick, just so it's not too loud. And I also want to see, I was able to do it next door. So Jody, I'm going to go ahead and put that awning out so we can just see that door awning. And then can you just tell me, Jody, just give me a nod. Are my awnings going out? The big ones? That front one is, but not the back? Okay. Might be a little too windy for us still. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover, yeah, no awnings. Too windy, it's okay. Colorado's like that. Dual fill, 100 gallons of fuel once again. This coach is pre-wired, so if you'd like to have the Dometic on a slide, you can do that. We have the TV in both of these coaches on the exterior. So that also has a Samsung television and a smart Bose speaker that you can put your phone attached to, so you can listen to podcasts or Jimi Hendrix. This slide tray goes out to 60%, so even if this slide was deployed, you'd still have easy access to everything. Both coaches will have really nice porcelain tile floors. Here's the second slide tray. This is a shorter tray, but it's also much wider. And then your inner vac system's underneath. A little cork board here to hang your tools. So we talked about this. So what does this tag axle do for you? What the tag axle does for you is it lowers, or it shortens your turning radius. So, easier to close in 2023, folks, easier to close. So it shortens your turning radius so that when you're going to get into your campsite and you're trying to park your RV, if you've got a tight turn to make, instead of having that turn be from that rear wheel to the front wheel, your wheel to wheel is shorter. So anytime you see an Audi like this Audi is going to be a wheel that actually turns or pivots, if you will. Let's go ahead and close this up. This is again the 4068, and then the rear wheel also, as you can see, is an Audi, so that will also turn and pivot. So you can actually get about 17 degrees of pivot on these rear wheels, and about 55 in the front, giving you a much shorter turning radius. Now here in the back, on the Freightliner, you'll notice there aren't any filters, so your filter access is different on the Spartan chassis than it is on the Freightliner chassis. Freightliner would like you to come see a technician to have your filters changed. There's a 1, 2, 3 rule. I can email that to you or text it to you. It just goes through which filters need to be changed and how often, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. You'll notice over here on the left we have some hydronic fluid. So this hydronic fluid is what's running your Oasis system. So we're going to see that on the other side. Again, this is a 400 XCR. So this is a Freightliner custom chassis. As you can see here, we are our 7-pin connectors here. We also have what's called brake sync. So this is a 15,000 pound rated tow capacity. And then here in the back on this side, we've got a nice storage bay that actually tethers into this one. So if you've got a longer item, you can put them in here. This is a great place for those longer lawn chairs if you have them, where you can lay out. This is for your DEF tank. So single fill DEF tank. I think it's a 15-gallon DEF tank. I have to tell you that later. If you're really curious, let me know. 13-gallon DEF tank. Both of these coaches are going to have an 8 kilowatt or 8,000 watt quiet diesel generator. There's a place to keep your black water hose, maybe some extra gloves. And then both will have a really nice water bay with a whole house water filter. Neither of these coaches will have the SaniCon system. It's not optional until Dutch Star. Both of these will have a water hose on a power reel, just helping you save space getting plugged into that city water. And both of them have a hot and cold shower outside on the unit. This is your 50-foot power cord on a power reel. Also, this has got the optional surge protector, and then this one also has the heated tank storage, so keeping that 105 gallons of fresh water from freezing. Again, this is an all-electric coach, so this is going to be powered by a boiler system operated with your Oasis dual loop Chinook system. This new Chinook system came out about 2 years ago. Having a second loop of hydronic fluid just gives you a little more dexterity in terms of being able to keep different portions of the coach warmer and colder. So a little more flexibility. Again, here's that full slide. So really nice to have all of this stuff on a 40-foot coach. I mean, this is so much room. And again, for those of you, if you've got a trailer that's really long and if you've got a 25-foot trailer and you've got a 40-foot coach, you're at 65 feet. You meet a lot of state regulations for towing those longer trailers. So this is a great option for you. So on this coach, we have the extra batteries. So this will give you a total of 8 AGM batteries and they're on a slide, just so you know. And then again, here is that dual loop fill. And then I have to ask a question, Jody, do we need to buy Avin some time to switch mics? Just keep rolling? Okay. So one thing I wanted to cover here, I wanted to make sure we talked about the carry capacity on this coach. So this RV has a carry capacity of 8,034 pounds. So instead of the 8,800, we've got 8,034 pounds. But keep in mind, with that 8,034 pounds, you also have a total 15,000 pound capacity for towing. Newmar is very good about taking great responsibility to build a well-balanced coach. So let's go ahead and start from the front to the back on this one. So here again are the brains of the operation. This little release here gets me into my generator. So here's my generator underneath. So again, we have an 8,000 watt or 8 kilowatt quiet diesel generator by Onan. This also has the airline up front. This is going to be for you to be able to air up your tires even while you're at camp. And then as you can see here, you've got your camera up front for your mobile eye. So all of these distance control units are now running these cameras. Now, if you look at this coach is, like I said, you want to spend all the money, this coach has a 360 camera as well. So just like that of your Mercedes-Benz when you pull into a parking spot, or your Toyota for that matter, this coach, when you push reverse and you go into your parking spot, or if you select that camera, you can see the whole way around you. So if you really want to hit that picnic table, you can do it, man. You can do it. Oh, let's do stock numbers. Again, so to find this video, you could always reference 5N220613. This is the 4068 model, bath and a half with an actual desk. This is a 2023. And then if you want to take a look at this stock number, you can type in 5N221247. This is a 4037 floor plan. I have more than one of both of these coaches, so different equipment levels. This is the 4037 again. This is also a bath and a half model. Both of these are fantastic options. I just don't know which is the right one for you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close up the brains of the operation. Again, there's our dual fill fueling tank. So you'll see here, instead of having our feature for a lot of people, especially if you'd like to save the money and have something that has propane. Some people just simply like to do a lot of boondocking and prefer to have propane. So huge tank, great battery capacity. We can put 190 watt solar panels on this coach. I can probably fit 5 of them, at least 4 at a minimum. So I can get you anywhere from 800 to 1,000 watts of solar on this coach. If you're interested in boondocking, oftentimes I special order a ton of RVs. I sent 3 to the dealer show. I think that was one of the reasons I was tapped as one of the people who was allowed to go down and make videos to preview what's coming up for next year. My coaches without the solar package because I can get so much more. So I do encourage you to give me a call and ask me about these little things, because at the end of the day, oh no, is it locked? Oh shoot. Well, gosh darn it. That one's locked, but there's a full slide tray. You'll see the back of it in a minute. Here's the other side though. And then here's your 50-foot power reel on this coach. As you can see, all of these bays really kind of tag along the same. I didn't push the unlock button, Jody. There's that water bay. It's gonna look pretty similar to the last one. So all of the same features here. Again, that whole house water filter is just a nice thing to have. So where you're camping, you can go drink the water, especially, oh my gosh, Colorado has some of the most fantastic natural springs. Great places to go into hot springs if you like camping a lot and you haven't picked up an RV in Colorado. It is one of the best reasons to buy an RV from Transwest. You can start your camping season off in your new RV. As you'll see down here, we've got 2 coaches here. These are both guests. Both of these coaches that you see down here are people that are camping here on site. When you're camping here on site, we have 50 amp plug-in. And when you get that 50 amp plug-in, you can actually stay here, get your sea legs on, get used to your camping or your RV before you go off to this campsite. So a lot of our clients will schedule, for instance, I've got a London Air that's gonna pick up mid-June, and he's picking up mid-June from Colorado, because why would you want to have to drive all the way from Texas up here to go camping when you can start your trip here in Colorado, start your camping season here with us, and make sure you have everything that you need. You know, make sure that you know how to operate your coach. Now, this coach, as you can see, has the optional ladder. It's also built on the Spartan chassis. This is not an inexpensive chassis upgrade, just so you know, and it gets even more expensive in 2024. If you would like to have the structural differences, I did print out the sheets for both of them. I think I left them inside. I have fact sheets on Spartan chassis. I have fact sheets on Freightliner chassis. I have the order guides that show the different options that you have in terms of configuration. I have books that have all of the colors. I can get you samples of the fabrics, of the tiles, anything that you need to help you make the right decision, I can help you with. Again, Kurt Spectrum is a different type of brake system than the one that you'll find on Freightliner, but they really do duplicate each other in just different capacities. So they both function very much the same. They just have different names for both of the manufacturers of both the Spartan and the Freightliner chassis. One thing that doesn't change between these two coaches, we are still using the STAR Foundation, which stands for Strong, True, and Robust. We are still going to be a 400 horsepower. I think I've been saying 360, and I apologize. That is on the front engine Superstars. We are going to have a 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, 15,000 pound towing capacity coach for both of these. They're identical, but as you can see here, the way that they operate their bays is a little different. If you like to do your own services, Spartan gives you access to these filters here on the side of your coach. And I'll tell you, I've met both. I would not touch my coach if you paid me. I would be terrified. But a lot of people want to work on their own RVs. If you're one of those guys, Spartan might be better for you. For me, I'm not one of those guys. Freightliner's my choice. And again, you got your tool board right here as well. And then here is that first slide tray. We saw the back of this on the other side. It's so nice that we have these awnings out, isn't it, Jody? You got one that's made. I keep feeling the breeze and I'm waiting for it. Sometimes I'll come out of a video and the awnings will all be in. Here was the elusive side tray for the locked cabinet on the other side. So as I said, these all go out 60%, get you all the way past your slides. And you've got another door here, which gives you access to have that that Dometic, that 3 cubic foot Dometic on a slide as well. Dual fill on both, outdoor televisions on both. You've seen coaches with and without the overhead TVs. You've seen them with theater seats, with the recliners. You've seen them with white wood, with medium wood. You've seen them with different floor plans. I tried to pick two that looked kind of the same so that you could kind of focus on some of those more important differences, which is actually the bones of the coach. Again, today we looked at a 4068 and a 4037, and my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I thank you so much for spending so much time with me here on a Monday morning. I hope I've helped you learn a little bit more about our fantastic product line, and I cannot wait to help you get out on the road and camping. Thank you so much for tuning in.